Whispers of the Crimson Moon. Episode 1. The Night Everything Changed. The night the sky turned red over Hanel Valley, I realized my life was never truly mine. That night didn't begin with thunder or fire. It began with silence. The kind of silence that feels alive, like the mountains were holding their breath. My name is Jiho. I was 16, just another boy in a quiet Korean mountain village, or at least that's what I believed. I had never known my parents. The only person I called family was Master Sion, a blind hermit who found me as a baby and raised me deep within the forest. To the villagers he was a legend. To me, he was everything. Every morning, before the sun broke through the mist, I trained by the waterfall behind our hut. That day was no different. The water crashed against the rocks as I practiced my sword forms, slow, precise, controlled. But no matter how many times I swung, something inside me refused to stay calm. "Too much noise in your heart," Master Sion said as he approached, his white robes fluttering like clouds. "The sword listens to peace, not anger." I lowered my weapon and sighed. Then maybe I'm not meant to hold one. The old man smiled faintly, his pale eyes turning toward the light. "Then perhaps the sword is meant to hold you." He always spoke in riddles, and though I often pretended not to care, I wanted to understand him more than anything. As I rested beside the stream, a faint sound echoed through the valley, a falcon's cry. It swooped down, landing on Master Sion's arm, carrying a scroll sealed with a crimson moon symbol. I had never seen that mark before, but something about it made my skin prickle. Master Sion's calm expression shifted as his fingers brushed the seal. "It's time," he whispered. "Time for what?" I asked. He turned to me, and for the first time, I saw fear in his eyes. "For the truth." He handed me the scroll. The paper was old, the writing faded, but one line stood out clearly. "The last heir of the Crimson Moon still breathes." I looked up, confused. "Who is it talking about?" "You," Master Sion said softly. I can't be." "It is," he interrupted. "You were born from a powerful clan, Jiho, a clan the Emperor feared. They called them traitors and wiped them away. Only you survived." The wind howled through the valley, carrying whispers that almost sounded like voices. I wanted to ask more, but before I could, the ground shook. The birds fled from the trees. Then came the footsteps. Dozens of them. Dark figures emerged from the mist, cloaked, armed, moving like shadows. Their leader stepped forward, his face hidden behind a mask shaped like a wolf. "Hand over the boy," the masked man said. "By royal order, the bloodline of the Crimson Moon must not exist." My heart pounded. "Master, who are they?" "Hunters," he said quietly. "Run, Jiho, now." "I can fight." "You don't yet know what you carry," he snapped. "Go east. Find the girl with the silver ribbon. She carries your fate." Before I could argue, the first attacker charged. Master Sion's scarf spun through the air with graceful precision. Sparks flew as he blocked strike after strike, moving like the wind itself. But there were too many of them. "Go!" he shouted again. I hesitated for only a moment, and that moment changed everything. One of the masked men broke through Sion's defense and swung his blade toward me. I barely raised my wooden sword in time. The impact threw me backward, knocking the breath from my chest. When my hand hit the ground, the pendant around my neck began to glow, a half-moon-shaped charm Master Sion had given me years ago. The air shifted. The waterfall behind me froze mid-flow, droplets hanging in the air like glass. Even the attackers paused, their eyes wide. Then, for a split second, I heard something, a soft, distant whisper carried by the wind. "Wake up, crimson child." A blinding light burst from the pendant, throwing everyone off their feet. When the glow faded, the entire valley was still again. I sat up slowly, trembling. The attackers were gone. The forest was quiet. "Master!" I called out. No answer. Smoke drifted in the distance where our hut once stood. My chest tightened. The air smelled of ash and sorrow. And beneath the silence, I thought I heard it again, a faint whisper from the mountains, almost like a voice I had always known but never heard. "Find the girl before the moon turns crimson again." I stood, clutching the glowing pendant in my hand, my heart heavy but burning with something new, determination. That night I left everything I knew behind. That night the boy from Hanel Valley disappeared, and the last heir of the Crimson Moon began his journey.